Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another Big Tyme Rants on the Big Time. This is episode 99. My camera looks a little wobbly here. We're going to straighten that out before we get deep into this conversation. I thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. It is an awesome time to be part of the Value Wrestling. We are a growing channel. We are moving forward, always making changes, always ready to make big moves. Like recently, we have opened our own Patreon page. You can go check that out. The link in the description is in the description below. I promise you, I'm going to be able to talk today. But we do have a Patreon page where you can go read articles and other things are going to start being presented on that channel as we move and grow. So if you're looking for more content, different content from the Value Wrestling family, whether it is Shane Abbott or other parts of the Value Wrestling staff, that's a good place to go check it out. Check it out on patreon.com/value wrestling. The link will be in the description below. Go check us out there. Lots of stuff going on in the world of professional wrestling. We are coming up on this weekend, and Forbidden Door will be Sunday. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Sunday will be AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling's Forbidden Door. The card is stacked with 10 matches, with 3 matches on the 0-hour show. A lot of action. What will this be? What will it mean? How will it play out? We're all going to have to wait and see. We know that usually AEW and Tony Khan bring it at pay-per-views, even though they may fail at TV shows. This week, it looks like AEW is back to its normal standards as it has hit the 680,000 average viewership mark, doing a high in the demographic of the 18 to 49 crowd, looking like it's back on track to normal. Or is it because the Big Bang Theory and Sheldon Cooper and friends, what was opening the show for Dynamite this week? Is that what it is? Is it Sheldon Cooper, the real ratings getter for AEW? Is Sheldon Cooper the savior of AEW? Does he bring in more eyes than Will Ospreay? That is a question you're going to have to ask, because the week prior, no Big Bang Theory, and AEW saw one of its lowest ratings, if not the lowest ratings, AEW TV show history, when it wasn't preempted. What could that mean? What does that say? I think it says a lot right there. Speaking of that, AEW Double or Nothing 2024 was barely profitable for the company, so is being said and reported. According to a report out of Ringside News, AEW Double or Nothing took place on May 26, 2024 at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Paradise, Nevada. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we may call it Las Vegas, but it is truly the city of Paradise, Nevada. Fans were excited, but the event didn't generate a huge profit for Tony Khan's company. The Wrestling Observer newsletter noted that Mike Mansouri filed tax credit forms in Nevada listing expenses for the television taping and Double or Nothing pay-per-view show on 5/24 and 5/25. It was noted that those shows were barely profitable at this point. It was considered between $694,000 and $900,000 in gate revenue between the two shows, because there are conflicting numbers. And $3 million from pay-per-view buys, $150,000 in merchandise, and $500,000 from Team T for Collision. Then the weekend is profitable, but not by a lot at all. The company also lacked the corporate sponsorship that WWE and UFC have to help drive up revenue. The expenses reportedly included $150,000 for talent airfare, $150,000 for broadcast production, $50,000 in catering, $14,000 for cleanup, $7,000 for comp packages, $70,000 in airfare for non-town, $2,000 in ground transportation, $250,000 in hotel expenses, $60,000 for security, $30,000 for LED screens, $75,000 for lighting and rigging, $100,000 for local management services, $10,000 for medical, $400,000 for operational and technical support crews, $15,000 for production consultants, $75,000 for miscellaneous show props, $110,000 for rent, $30,000 for rental cars, $660,000 for rigging and riggers, $700,000 for robocams and other techs, $40,000 for sound package, $135,000 for stagehands, $10,000 for staging, $50,000 for transportation, and $2 million for talent. It was also noted that Polestar had audited numbers for Double or Nothing at $999, paid for $582,204. AEW has previously stated the paid attendance was 750,000, but there were actually over 9,000 in the building, and the gate was under 800,000. We will see what AEW in the future to switch things up and drive more interest. They are spending a lot of money. You have to spend money to make money, but even Tony Khan must have a limit on how much he's willing to spend without seeing amazing returns. Will Tony Khan get a return on his investments? Is Forbidden Door going to be a good thing. It's reaching a $1 million gate is being reported at this time. But will that really translate? Can this be successful? Is AEW going to have to look at what they're doing and how they're going to have to do it better going into the future? For TV ratings, they did bounce back this week, but why? I think that's the big question there, too. What are they going to do with Forbidden Door? Forbidden Door is at $1 million gates, but not a lot of fanfare. Marching into that, there may be viewership, there may be people buying tickets in the New York area to watch this, but I don't know if they have the pay-per-view buys that they think they have. I don't know if the crowd and the fans are as interested in this, other than the fact the in-ring work will be good, but we'll have to see. Of course, we'll be talking about that on Sunday evening after AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling's Forbidden Door goes off the air. We will go live with your weekly roundup podcast where we will review AEW Forbidden Door and the rest of the week of professional wrestling in this week of professional wrestling. I'm the Big Tyme. This is the Big Tyme Rants. We're talking about all the stuff going on currently. Big news coming out, as reported also on Ringside News. Right here is Matt Hardy addresses accusations of having bad blood with AEW after departure. Matt Hardy has recently made his return to TNA at the Rebellion pay-per-view after his AEW contract had expired. He had been a part of the TNA television since then. He's been a part of TNA television since then. The same happened with Jeff Hardy returned to TNA and against all odds. While they are clearly part of TNA now, Matt Hardy ended up facing accusations of having bad blood with AEW after some recent remarks he made about his time there. Hardy has now addressed such accusations, and it had also been stated that the Hardys are only working under a handshake agreement, that they're not under a full-time contract. They are working on an agreement from show to show, it seems like. But anything is possible with the future of Matt and Jeff Hardy. Matt Hardy previously expressed a frustration about the way he was booked in AEW. Afterwards, multiple out-of-context clips of Matt Hardy have been circulating online lately, leading some fans to jump to the conclusion and believe that there is some type of bad blood between the Hardys, Matt, and Tony Khan regarding how the Hardys, Matt, and Jeff were treated in AEW or even presented. While speaking on his Extreme Life podcast, Matt Hardy addressed the accusations of having bad blood with AEW and Tony Khan and clarified with the stance on the promotion and Tony Khan. He gave emphasis to the fact that AEW's fan base values authenticity and assured them of his genuine feelings. Hardy stated that he greatly enjoyed his time in AEW and praised Tony Khan for taking incredible care of the performers. He did not fault Khan for the treatment of the roster, however, he expressed disappointment with some creative decisions made after Jeff Hardy's return. Matt felt that once Jeff had proven himself over 3 or 4 months, they could have been utilized better. The creative frustration was his only complaint, as they were well compensated during their time there. Matt Hardy was frustrated that his comments were taken out of context and misunderstood by fans who only read the headlines. And here is what Matt had to say, and I quote, "The AEW fan base, they see more than anybody else. They want authenticity. They want people to be authentic. I'm about to give you the most authentic answer you can probably ask for. I greatly enjoyed being at AEW. I think Tony Khan's a great guy. I think he takes incredible care of all the performers at AEW, and I would never fault him for that. I just think some of the creative decisions that were made once Jeff came back, and he spent 3 or 4 months kind of proving himself, trying to earn everyone's respect and trust back and whatnot. I just feel like following that, we could have been capitalized more on. That's the really the only issue that I had any gripes with. We were well compensated while we were working there. I have 0 complaints about that. I loved my time at AEW overall. I love the roster there. A bunch of great people, a bunch of great men and women. Yeah, I was just frustrated with these things and the fact that people maybe didn't listen to it. They just read headlines and and things were taken out of context. We've also reported. It's also been reported after returning to TNA, they are both free agents. Matt has made it clear he has a positive stance on AEW, and now the rumors will likely be the rest. But it does look like Matt and Jeff are working on, a show-to-show basis. They are free agents as it stands and not officially a part of TNA as full-time contenders. They are there having fun, but they could wind up anywhere as they are technically, free agents. Bryan Danielson, undeniably among the top performers in professional wrestling today. Probably one of the greatest professional wrestlers of the modern era, of this era, whatever you want to call it. But it looks like spoilers on Bryan Danielson's creative direction ahead of his retirement have leaked out, and we're going to talk about it coming from Ringside News. Again, he has competed at the very best level for many years. He will be retiring as an active competitor this year, or at least as an active competitor yearly. He may still wrestle here and there, but he will not wrestle full-time yearly. In line of that, Danielson's creative direction ahead of his retirement have been revealed. Danielson has previously mentioned that 2024 will mark the last year as a full-time wrestler, And there's a difference between a full-time wrestler and a wrestler, and that's why he's been squaring off against some of the top talent all over the world. According to Dave Meltzer in the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Bryan Danielson is expected to have a major turnaround as he closes out on his retirement from in-ring competition, or being full-time at least. In regards to Bryan Danielson's AEW creative direction, Danielson is expected to have a major turnaround as he closes in on the retirement with the idea of regrouping from the losses earlier in the year. Bryan Danielson also revealed there were plans to have his final match. In the meantime, he is set to face Shingo Takagi, and I know I probably can chop that up, forgive me, at Forbidden Door pay-per-view on June 30th, so he'll have to see how the storyline continues after that. Do you feel Bryan Danielson's final run as a full-time in-ring competitor will do him justice? I guess we're going to have to talk about that. Bryan Danielson has been taking a lot of losses. He's been on the losing end, but again, I mean, wrestlers had to retire, and you usually expect that from them. But what does this mean for Bryan Danielson? I think Bryan Danielson's a huge favorite to win the Owen Hart Cup tournament and maybe face the winner of the Will Ospreay Sword Championship match at Forbidden Door. Then Bryan will win the Owen Hart tournament and take on possibly a rematch for Will Ospreay for the AEW World Title at All In. Could that be the future? Kayla Braxton is scheduled to leave WWE after tonight's episode of SmackDown. Today is her final day in the company, as it's been pronounced. It is going to be a heartbreaking SmackDown to watch, as this will be the last time we will see Kayla Braxton on WWE TV for now. Doesn't mean she won't return to the future, and a lot of rumors and speculation are out there about what is coming next. But a report says she turned down a WWE contract extension, and coming out of Ringside News, we have this. Kayla Braxton has been a mainstay in WWE for nearly 8 years. However, she recently announced that she is set to leave the company following the June 28th edition of Friday Night SmackDown. In her announcement, Braxton expressed deep gratitude for her time at WWE. I'm going to say AEW because it's on the brain. We're going to erase that. Braxton expressed deep gratitude for her time at WWE, reflecting on her tenure as a backstage interviewer and host across various WWE programs. She also acknowledged the support and mentorship of her colleagues like Paul Heyman and Michael Cole. Moreover, amidst the rumors of a possible move to WWE's rival promotion, AEW, Braxton addressed the speculation, making it clear that her departure from WWE was not due to her desire to continue working in wrestling. In the latest report from the Wrestling Observer newsletter, it was reported that WWE is in talks with Kayla Braxton about a contract renewal. However, Braxton decided not to sign a new deal. WWE and Kayla Braxton were in talks for renewal, but she made the call not to sign a deal. As Kayla Braxton prepares to bid farewell to the global juggernaut, fans are eager to see where her career will take her next. Her versatile skills and extensive experience suggest she is well equipped to excel in various professional avenues beyond the wrestling industry. What are your thoughts on Kayla Braxton leaving WWE? What do you think she'll be going to do next? Doesn't look like she's going to be going to AEW. It looks like she's going to be leaving the wrestling realm, and that's kind of how I felt about it. We'll have to wait and see where she shows up next, where she pops up next, and what she will be doing. We can't wait to see Kayla Braxton, and we will follow her because we're big fans of her from the Value Wrestling. We love Kayla Braxton and can't see what she next. Jeff Cobb still not inside for a match at Forbidden Door. It's going to get interesting. Tonight is SmackDown. Of course, we'll be here after SmackDown with a post-show review to break down everything that happened on the show. Can't wait to see what WWE is going to do with the continuation of the story of the Bloodline and Jacob Fatu, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. What are they going to do? When will we start hearing again from Roman Reigns? What does Paul Heyman have to say about all of this? And what else are we going to see on the night show? A lot of speculation, a lot of talk. Friday night SmackDown should be hot. And then this weekend, of course, we'll be heading into Forbidden Door, AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door. So be ready for that. Maybe tonight we'll give you our picks and thoughts on Forbidden Door after SmackDown review. We will discuss that later, but be tuned. Also, lots of great stuff going on. AJ Kirsch, good friend of the Value Wrestling. We love you. We respect you. We are so proud and so happy to see you in the final 8. I did put an X out earlier that got misquoted, or I misquoted, I should say. He has made it to the round of the final 8. Voting is back open. We need you to go vote. Please go vote. Go vote. Go vote. Go vote. AJ needs every vote you go. We need the Value Wrestling family to go out there in droves and vote. Get one free vote a day. And wait for right now. If you're going to buy votes, wait until the announcement's made that votes are worth double, so you can go out there and buy or donate to get extra votes, double those votes, and make it worth the while. All the money goes to childhood cancer research and financial aid, so it's helping out children with cancer and their families who may experience some financial hardships while trying to assist their children or be there for their children as they are fighting cancer. It is a great cause. That's what your donations are going to. He's raising a lot of money for that while trying to win this competition so he can be featured in Health and Fitness magazine. It's going to be awesome to see. We support our buddy AJ Kirsch. Can't wait to see him at Stockton Con on July 13th. Did I say July 13th? I said July 13th. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see him on July 13th at Stockton Con. We hope to be there in a great capacity and make great changes in the wrestling. Of course, I also announced that we did open a Patreon page right now. Most of it is all free. There is a membership for a $1 a month membership right now. And as we grow and progress and see what's coming, there may be even more changes there. The Value Wrestling family is working hard and diligently to bring you the very best and very great content in all different directions and factions. You know, each and every week we are here with your Monday Night Raw review, your SmackDown reviews. We're going to be here for your pay-per-view of Forbidden Door to cover that. We are also about to add the newest show, the Wrestling Collectibles show, hosted by me, where we'll go over wrestling collectibles, such as these beautiful pop vinyls in the back. I also have action figures. We're also probably going to go out and look for wrestling action figures. And that'll probably be part of what we're going to do at Stockton Con. It's going to explore some of the wrestling collectibles that are out there in the world and discuss them with people. And it's going to be the Wrestling Collectibles with the Big Tyme right here on the Value Wrestling. That's a new show that might air its first episode tomorrow. I just got to get a few more things together. That should be exciting. So, lots to come. Check out the Patreon page. Linked in the description below. Make sure you click on that. Check that out. Read some of these awesome, amazing articles, whether it's Shane AI Bot or the rest of our Value Wrestling staff. Meet the newest member of the Value Wrestling staff, Vox Minus, as he's written a couple articles, and we got some amazing talent over there in the writing department. Really getting to the grind, really putting the effort to write some amazing articles to give you some great stuff to read, something different, a different avenue for the growth of the Value Wrestling. We are so excited in the growth that we're doing. We're so awesome. People are taking initiative and getting things done. It is awesome to see what's happening with the Value Wrestling, and I hope you join the Value Wrestling here on YouTube. Simply give us a thumbs up. Make sure you ring that bell for notifications. And if you haven't yet, we need you deeply to hit that subscribe button. Help us march forward to 1,000. Your support, your dedication, your following is going to lead us to the top of this mountain. And you're going to be part of the Value Wrestling family, which is going to be an awesome opportunity as things start to open. We are moving in that direction for 1,000. I promise the 1,000 is going to be an experience worthwhile. So help us get there. Hit that subscribe button. Then go to Patreon. Join the free membership if you like, and join the Value Wrestling over there on Patreon. Maybe someday we will have a subscription-based service over there where you get content prior or even different content that you're not going to get right here on YouTube. Never know. Always building, always digesting, always moving forward, always coming up with new things. Drop your comments in below. Tell us what you want to see. Tell us what you think we should be doing. Tell us what we're doing right. Maybe tell us what we're doing wrong. Just be respectful about it. And we will see you on the next one on the Big Tyme Rants 99. That means the next Big Tyme Rants you see will be episode 100. What a trip. What an awesome time. What a journey it's been. We'll see you on the next one.